Today's episode 20. Episode 20, I want to dedicate to the men out there. I have a lot of friends that are doing so well in one aspect of their life, but the other parts are falling apart. Now, again, no one's perfect. We all have to work on something. There's five things that a spouse wants. Number one, money. Most people on Instagram, most people on social media, they want to tell you if you're not making $1 million, you're not being successful. That is so false. I'm gonna debunk that myth. Most people make between 50 to 70,000. And 50 to 70,000 is a lot of money if you know how to manage your money. So number one, the opposite sex or partner typically looks at if you're financially stable. Number two, personality. Are you funny? Most women out there or potential spouses always say they love to laugh. For me, being an outgoing, funny person, every date that I've been on, everyone always said like it's so refreshing talking to someone that can make me laugh. Laughter is one of the best secrets out there, and the reason I think people gravitate to laughter so much is because you can't really fake it. You can see if someone's doing a fake laugh, but a real genuine, making your stomach tighten up laugh, that it's real as it gets. So a lot of times you can't fake it, and if you can make someone laugh, they really appreciate it. Number three, are you in shape? This is a big one. I know a lot of guys that make six figures, but they never hit the gym. So yes, you're hitting that financial part of it, but when you look in the mirror or you take your shirt off, you're not probably happy. Or if you're not single, if you were to be single, would you get that same attention from the opposite sex? Now, your partner right now loves you. Most partners love their partners unconditionally. But let's be honest, if you've been eating a lot of Oreos, you've been eating a lot of junk food, you're gonna start seeing that right around the waistline, and most people say that that's not attractive. Number four, are you a good parent? This is really big because, society tells us that mostly the mother is the nurturing one. Well, I'm I have my kids 50% of the time, and I'm very nurturing. I'm very forgiving. I'm very fair with my daughters. Raising daughters make you realize so much of your own stuff that you have to work on because you want to set a good example. And the opposite sex typically loves, or potential partners, they typically love someone that is a good parent because now they know long term, I could be with this person. This person is going to take care of the household. This person is going to take care of the kids and take care of me. And finally, number five, most partners love someone that's responsible. Do you have a budget? Do you clean up around the house? Do you know how to wash dishes? Do you know how to cook? So today's episode, I want to hit those five things because I know a lot of people that I associate with that, again, you make six figures, but you never see your kids. Or you make six figures and you never seen the gym before. You don't make a lot of money, but you have a great personality, but you're not in the best shape, right? All these five things, no matter who you are, I don't care how much success you have in life, you could do something better. Now, for myself, diving into the self-development phase, I wanted to hit all five of these things. So every single day, this is my daily routine. First, when my eyes open, I pray. I make my bed. I do 100 push-ups. Then I start cleaning up my house a little bit before I leave, or I make a nice little breakfast. Then I start opening my phone up for emails. And then I open the social media to get back on messages. In the past, I used to wake up and just clench onto my phone. Have you ever woke up, let's say before your alarm actually went off, and you just got on that phone and you start scrolling? You saw this TikTok video, this Instagram reel, and you just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you look up and you're like, damn, I just wasted 40 minutes. Now I'm late. Now I can't shave. Now I can't look the best. Now I have to rush to eat whatever I got time to make. Social media is such a bad tool for us, for self-development wise, because I think the number one reason why people hate social media is the comparison aspect of it. You start seeing someone that has a rented Lamborghini that paid maybe $400 just to rent it for the day, and they're on Instagram saying that they live in this mansion and they drive this nice car, but in reality, it's all fake. But they got 1 million likes. So now you driving your Toyota Camry, you think you're not going to be successful because this is what success in society eyes looks like. That's totally false. Again, everyone thinks you have to make $1 million. Did you know that the top 1% in most states for high earners is 100,000? If you make $100,000, you are in the top 1% most likely in your area. Now, obviously, California and Iowa, there's two different states, right? There's two different lifestyles. But on average, if you make between $50,000 and $70,000, you're doing very well if you budget correctly. Now let's go back to the budgeting part of it. Do you have a written budget? Do you actually track what you're spending? Now, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't the best at this, but I had to work at it. And now that I'm working at it, I can really see a difference in my life. Now, I do say no a lot. And my close friends that actually know my situation, that love me, they understand. The people that don't really know me, they might be thinking, man, he never goes out. Man, he might be struggling. Man, this, man, that. Those people don't matter because they don't really know what you're trying to accomplish. If I'm trying to be debt free, I can't afford to go to the club every weekend. Call me bro, call me whatever you want. But at the end of the year, when I'm debt free and you have all that debt because you went out party, you went got wings for $1 at Stenny's, you went to drink here, you went to party there, who's really winning in the long term? Too many times too many times as men, we focus on the short term. Gotta get a girl. I gotta look good. I gotta spend so much money to look good so I can get the girl. Most men out there chase women. And they chase women for the wrong reasons. In society, if you're a male and you have a lot of female attention, you're considered a player. You're killing it. You're doing big things. But then when you look in the mirror or when you wake up the next morning and you look at your bank account and you're like, damn, I spent $400 at the club. For what? For 30 seconds of pleasure with a stranger that only likes you for what you supposedly have? We got to wake up, fellas. That's why I wanted to make this episode, because I need to open your eyes. Number one, you're doing a lot better than you think you are. Give yourself some grace. Take a step back. Damn, I got my own car. Damn, I got my own apartment. Damn, I have a nice job. I don't have the best job. I don't have the best car. I don't have the fanciest house, but at least I got my own. If you don't have your own stuff, how can you obtain your own stuff? How many jobs are you working? I hate when people see someone working 2 jobs and think that they're struggling. I work 2 jobs. I'm not ashamed of it. I have a great job in IT staffing. I love it. I make a great living off of it. It gives me the opportunity to fulfill my dreams, but also help me in the long term in my financial goals. But guess what? When I have free time, 90% of the time, if you really know me, I'm doing Lyft. And I do Lyft in a nice truck. Every time I pick up people doing Lyft, they're like, damn, like, you do Lyft? I hear that question every single day because I drive a nice vehicle. And people are out there saying, well, you're putting wear and tear on your nice car. So what? I put wear and tear on my nice car when I drive to the gym, when I drive to McDonald's, when I drive to the club. At least this time when I'm driving, I'm making money. I'm getting closer to becoming debt free. My goals is more important than people's perception of me. That's what you got to focus on. Are your goals bigger, and do your goals matter more than the perception of people that don't even know you? Only you can answer that. Another thing, I want to say it, be in shape. Most guys think you got to go to the gym. Most of us guys, we do go to the gym. I mean, look at me. I'm not saying I'm the buffest guy out there, but when I take my shirt off, when I take my daughter swimming, I get so many compliments about being a DILF, which is a dad I would like to fuck. I get so many people saying that's not a dad bod, and I'm 33 years old. I have a nice body. Me personally, I feel good in my skin. I get happy taking off my shirt. Guess what? I don't go to the gym every single day. Those 100 push-ups I do every single day really shape my body. I've been doing that for 5 months now straight. In those last 5 months, I probably missed only 4 or 5 days of not doing 100 push-ups. And some days I do 200 push-ups at one time. I feel great. I got more energy. So don't give me these excuses. I don't got a gym membership. Do burpees. If you need to lose weight, burpees are the number one exercise that you could do that costs no money. And I guarantee you, if you stick with it for 30 days, you will drop weight like crazy. You would look at that waistline and you would say, man, I look good. So focus on getting in shape, fellas. If you work 12, 15-hour days, some of you guys out there do, right? You're high value earners, but you look in the mirror, you're not happy with what you see. Well, maybe don't work 15 hours today. Maybe work 12. And those other 3 hours, maybe focus on drinking a little bit more water. Today, you're going to eat a little bit better. And maybe, like I said, do the burpees, do some crunches, do some push-ups. Most men don't want to do push-ups because after they get done, they feel like they don't see a change right away. Again, short-term thinking. We got to change that, fellas. If you want to be highly successful, if you really want to find a partner that you're attracted to, that matches all your boxes, you have to become that for yourself. Now, we see it all the time, and I laugh about this. Most women out there on social media, they want a guy that makes six figures, that is in great shape, this, that. And then you look into them and ask them, say, what do you do? Well, I don't have a job right now, but I'm thinking about doing OnlyFans, or I'm thinking about being an influencer. No, you're a bum. You're a glorified bum. You're a bum with a great body. And after that couple minutes of enjoyment, what can you provide me? Now, here's another thing. Here's a secret out there. If you're a single guy, if you could say no, you have the power. Again, let me repeat that. If you can say no, you have the power. What do I mean? I get approached every single day. I say thank you for the compliment, but I'm not single. I have a girlfriend. And I can't tell you how many times that it creates more. They want me more. They can't have me because I respect my girlfriend and I respect myself. But I'm not gonna lie, it feels good when people are attracted to you. But that only happened when I was doing my push-ups every single day. I'm writing in my journal. That means my mind is right. I have my budget is on Excel, which means if we go on dates, I could pay for it without nothing, without thinking twice. If I want to do something, want to buy something nice, I don't have to think about it. I already know what I have available. That's because I work 2 jobs. And that's why I'm financially responsible when I think about my spending, and also me saying no. So this episode, these 13 minutes so far, you've been tuning in. Think about 2 areas you could focus on. If you already make 6 figures and you got kids and you know what, I could be a better dad, focus on being a better dad this week. If you said, you know what, I'm gonna get back in shape, we'll start today. Before you go to bed today, do 20 push-ups, do 10 push-ups, do 5 push-ups, do 1 push-up. I don't care how many you do, start with something, and the next day, just add 1 to it. That's all you gotta do. Add 1, add 1. I'm not gonna lie, myself, the 100 push-ups, I have to bump it up now because 100 push-ups is too easy for me. So now I'm like, you know what? I hit the next level, I gotta do 150. When I'm talking about 100 push-ups, I'm not talking about I'm taking 5 breaks. No, 4 sets of 25. Knock it out. Now when I'm talking about 150, that's in 1 sitting. I'm going to do 150 in 1 sitting. That's me leveling up. When it comes to being financially responsible, there's a lot of times I'm like, you know what, Pedro, I ate too much fast food this week. I need to start cooking a little bit more. When I cook home food, that does 2 things. Number 1, I'm saving money. And number 2, I'm eating better, which means it's going to help my shape, which means it's going to help my energy, which means it's going to help my mind. It's going to help me feel better about myself. When you start really focusing on one area, it gravitates you to the other areas. You might not know it. It just happens. If you focus on getting in shape, you will become a better parent. You will be more financially stable. You know why? Number 1, it takes effort and discipline to focus on getting in shape. But once you start getting in shape, you start working out more, you have more energy, and now you can be a better dad. Not to say you need energy to be a better dad, but anybody that has kids out there, it's very exhausting after a long day of work. Now the kids want to play and you're tired. Well, if you get in better shape, you won't be as tired anymore, which means you can spend more time with your kids, which means now you're happier overall because you made the money, you're in better shape, you're having a great relationship with your kids. You see how it just starts falling into place, right? It's like a domino effect. You do one small thing and they all start compounding, right? They all start falling into place. So, fellas, I just gave y'all plenty of golden nuggets. If you got one job, get two. Don't be ashamed of your grind. Again, I work in IT staffing, but I also do Lyft part time. And guess what? For those knocking Lyft out there, just letting you know, every single time I do Lyft per night, I make between $250 to $350, some nights $400 in one day, working 5-6 hours part time on my own time, wearing what I want to wear, meet new people. It's an actual fun job if you know how to do it. So if you don't need the extra job, right, but you want to become a better parent, you want to be more responsible, you want to get a better budget, well, YouTube that. Follow this podcast. I have tips on all this type of stuff. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. That's another thing we have to do better as men. We hold everything in and we're afraid to reach out because of what people may think of us, may think we're weak. No, you don't have to hope, man. Them days are over with. I talk to my two best friends all the time. They help me get my mind right. They help me emotionally, and then they help me reach further in my career. It's okay to have a support system, fellas, because one day you're going to be that support system. Because when you're that top dog, and that top dog can mean whatever you want it to be. You think of the top dog for yourself. What does that person look like? And then strive to be that person every single day. I love you guys. This is Pedro. I hope this episode really opened your eyes on becoming a better man. And I hope that you can share this to someone else so that they can become better. Let's build